Chris Tucker doing karaoke.
To the voice, yes.
Chris Tucker doing karate.
You don't know nothing about this, do you? Egyptian style.
And a fist fight at the day spa. I'm Peter Bielagus, and this is Money in the Movies. Hello and welcome to Money in the Movies, a show where we review films based on their financial accuracy. Today's movie is Rush Hour 2, directed by Brett Ratner and starring Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, John Lone, Zhang Ziyi, Rosalind Sanchez, and Alan King. In the movie, LA police detective James Carter, played by Chris Tucker, is on vacation in Hong Kong, visiting Hong Kong Detective Inspector Lee, played by Jackie Chan. Lee wants to work cases, but Carter wants to enjoy his time off. Things, however, get serious when there is an explosion at the U.S. Embassy in Hong Kong. Lee and Carter get roped into an investigation that involves the United States Secret Service. The dynamically debating duo run from disaster to disaster
I want it so bad.
to disaster. As they piece together the case, it turns out that the bombing at the U.S. Embassy was not about killing U.S. ambassadors, but undercover Secret Service agents. These Secret Service agents were trying to track down a smuggling operation allegedly run by this man, Ricky Tan.
Ricky Tan.
Played by actor John Lone, aka The Last Emperor.
Only this time it was different.
But what exactly was Ricky Tan smuggling? Well, he was smuggling the most valuable thing of all, counterfeit currency. Carter and Lee follow the trail of fake cash.
What are you doing?
I'm taking this for evidence.
All the way to Las Vegas to the Red Dragon Casino.
Where everybody is a winner!
Fistfights ensue. Carter does a little gambling. And Lee does get a bomb shoved in his mouth. I hate it when that happens. But eventually Carter and Lee save the day in their goofy and destructive way. But financially speaking, what is going on here? Well, we here at Money in the Movies are most concerned with this scene, where Secret Service agent Isabella Molina, played by Rosalind Sanchez, informs Tucker and Chan that she is tracking a counterfeit currency ring. She asks the crime-fighting couple,
You guys ever heard of the super bill?
Carter then says, yeah, he's heard of the super note, a counterfeit $100 bill.
I heard of it's a myth.
Agent Molina, however, goes on to say that the super note is far from a regular counterfeit.
The paper is crane linen blend, and the bills are printed in U.S. Intagmi presses.
Carter then asks, how are the counterfeiters breaking into the U.S. Mint to print their money? Agent Molina goes on to tell them that the counterfeiters didn't use a press that was at the U.S. Mint. They used a U.S. Mint press that left the United States. Agent Molina explains that the villain in the film, Triad boss Ricky Tan, purchased the intaglio printing press on the black market, then went on to purchase 2 Swiss-made stainless steel plates of the U.S. $100 bill. 2 plates, the front side and the back side. In short, Ricky Tan has everything he needs to print counterfeit $100 U.S. bills, and according to Agent Molina, there's only one way to determine if the bill is fake.
They use an optical transfer ink from India that burns red, you see? Now the real ink, it burns black.
So for our purposes, is this accurate? Well, it's time that you and I had the talk. And you know that talk. It's about the birds and the bees and counterfeit currency. Believe it or not, detecting counterfeit currency was the original job of the United States Secret Service. Now, I know that in the United States, we think of the Secret Service as the people who protect the president, and they do, but that was not their original purpose. Founded in 1865, the Secret Service was originally created to detect and prevent counterfeiting. At the time, near the end of the Civil War, nearly 1/3 of all currency was counterfeit. The Secret Service is under the Department of the Treasury, and some of their many jobs include catching counterfeiters and advising the Treasury on how to design currency to make it harder to counterfeit. So the Secret Service is in charge of catching counterfeiters. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing is the nation's sole producer of United States paper currency. So what does the U.S. Mint do then? Well, the United States Mint is the nation's sole manufacturer of currency coins. So the Bureau of Engraving and Printing makes the paper money, and the U.S. Mint makes the metal money. That's the difference. The other difference is that if you visit one of the US Mint locations, the name alone provides an ample opportunity for dad jokes. Like, do you guys have a mint? You guys keep this place in mint condition. Or my favorite, go to the gift shop and ask them if you guys sold pepper, would you call it mint pepper or peppermint? No offense to the folks at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, but there's no obvious dad jokes in your name. I'm totally blanking right now. The best I can do is, you guys are in grave danger. Although making that joke at a government facility, it would be like ordering your chicken medium rare. You can do it, but you can only do it once. So the US Mint deals with coins, and the Bureau of Engraving and Printing deals with paper currency. And the Secret Service is in charge with stopping all of the counterfeiting. Now, I know some of you are watching this and saying, Peter, I'm a senior in college and I'm thinking about a career in early childhood education or maybe producing counterfeit currency. Well, you have your work cut out for you in either field. But if money manipulation is in your master plan, there are some things you need to know about counterfeiting. In order to create a counterfeit United States $100 bill or a bill of any denomination, you need 5 things. And you can remember these 5 things with the acronym SIPPP. Now the S in SIPP, I'm actually going to take that one last. The I stands for inks, and yes, that is inks plural. There are many different types of inks used in the creation of a bill, including a blue 3D security stripe and a color shifting ink, which means as you tilt the bill in the light, the color appears different. After ink, you need the right paper. As to the movie, Agent Molina says,
The paper is Crane Linen Blend.
Crane & Company is a Massachusetts-based company that has been providing the U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing with paper for U.S. currency since 1879. So the paper is made by Crane, and it is a blend of 75% cotton and 25% linen. That's why if you ever went swimming with a dollar bill in your pocket, it doesn't just fall apart like a paper receipt would. The cloth helps keep it together when it gets wet. There are also blue and red security fibers embedded in the paper, providing another layer of protection from fake versions. After paper, we have plates. The plates are what the ink is applied to. Take a look at a dollar and you'll see there is quite a bit of detail involved, so recreating these plates is not easy. The next P is press. The United States currency is printed using a printing style called intaglio. The intaglio process involves pressing down on the paper with 12 tons of force, and when the plates are pulled off, the ink actually lifts up slightly and then dries, creating a texture to the bill. So we have ink, paper, plates, and press. Let's jump back up to that S. S stands for secret sauce. The complete process for manufacturing US currency is classified, so only a very small group of members of the Secret Service, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, and the US Treasury know what's going on. For example, the serial numbers on a US currency bill and the alphanumeric code beneath the serial number are 2 areas of the secret sauce that counterfeiters often get wrong. So we have secret sauce, inks, paper, plates, and press. If you have all 5 of these, you can make a pretty good counterfeit bill. But once you have the bills, you actually need 2 more items to spend your counterfeit money. Number 1, you need a system. You need a system for getting your counterfeit currency into the economy. The easiest way for the government to catch a counterfeiter with a good fake is if that counterfeiter releases a large number of bills into a concentrated area. If I printed $1 million in fake bills and I spent them all in my hometown, well then eventually those bills would make their way back to the banks in my hometown. The banks in my hometown eventually would send those bills back to the local Federal Reserve branch. Once those bills got to the Federal Reserve branch, the Fed would very quickly be able to zero in on my hometown, find the bills, and find me. But if, on the other hand, I could spread those bills out over the entire country, or even over several countries, it would be much harder to track. So I need a system to get my money into the economy. And the final thing that I need for my counterfeiting operation is a sucker. Why did we use that picture for a sucker? Could we please change it to a different picture? Thank you. Now, okay, fine, let's go with it. Yes, I'm the sucker. And chances are you are too. While there are many classified secrets that go into the creation of US currency, I don't know what to look for, and neither do you. Imagine I put an ad on Facebook Marketplace to sell my mountain bike for $300. I sell the bike to you, and you show up and give me 30 $10 bills. You count the bills out in front of me, and I count along with you. I agree it's $300. I take the money, you take my bike. Now, if just 2 of those bills in that pile of 30 bills were counterfeit, I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna stand there and hold each bill up to the light, and even if I did, I wouldn't know what to look for. Now, I know I could use one of those pen things that you see the cashiers use at the grocery store, but those pens aren't 100% accurate. And if I use them on all 30 bills and only 2 of them didn't pass, I might think there was a problem with the pen as opposed to a problem with the currency. This is how a lot of counterfeiting happens. Some really smart people work to design a currency that's hard to counterfeit. But then some really smart criminals are trying to make a fake version of that currency. In the middle, however, that's you and I. We're not experts in counterfeit currency, and we pass money around all the time without double checking it. Look at the photo on your screen. One of these bills is counterfeit. Can you tell me which one it is? Let me know in the comments below. Nowadays, more and more people are paying with something other than cash, and the scanners at banks and within ATM machines are getting better. But still, a lot of cash moves around between us amateurs, and that is a real problem. So what can you and I do? Well, if you want to learn more about how to spot a counterfeit, this website is a great resource. And if you are watching this outside of the United States, well, first of all, thanks for watching. And second, ask your bank about websites to spot fake currency in your country. This is an international problem, and every country suffers from counterfeit currency. So is the film accurate? Well, let's break down the statements made by Agent Molina.
The paper is Crane Linen Blend.
This is accurate. The company that makes US currency paper is Crane & Company, and it is actually not paper, it is a blend of linen and cotton.
And the bills are printed on US intaglio presses.
This is also accurate. US currency is printed using an intaglio process, where the printing is done from ink that is below the surface of the plate. But Agent Molina goes on to say something about the intaglio process that's not exactly true.
In 1959, the United States was very friendly with the Shah of Iran. Our government gave him a gift, a US Treasury intaglio printing press. Now, it's the only one to ever leave the country.
This is not accurate. Even if an intaglio printing press left the United States as a gift to the Shah of Iran, or any other country, that's only one piece of the puzzle. Remember, to print currency, you need SIPPP, secret sauce, inks, paper, plates, and a press. You need the last 4 to print a decent counterfeit. And if the US wanted to give a real gift to a country, like Iran or any other country, that gift wouldn't be to give them a printing press, it would be to reveal what's in the secret sauce, that classified information about the currency. What's more, you can buy an intaglio press overseas. I'm actually still waiting for Amazon Prime Intaglio Press Day. I'm thinking maybe March 8th, to take advantage of the spring break crowd. But even if you got a press, you still need the plates, which brings us to plates.
Early this year, Ricky Tan got a hold of one-of-a-kind Swiss-made $100 plates, and he started printing super bills.
This is at least believable. There are people whose crime family business is to make counterfeit US currency plates, and some of them are really good. They will fool you, they will fool me, and they will fool many of the professional money scanners. Then the movie goes on to talk about ink.
They use an optical transfer ink from India that burns red, you see? Now, the real ink, it burns black.
Well, according to the Secret Service, burning a bill is not a technique that investigators use to spot a counterfeit. And this makes sense. Think about it. Burning a bill is easy to do. Anyone can do it. You don't need any special equipment at all, and you can do it anywhere. So if you were going to make a counterfeit bill, you wouldn't want the bills to fail such an easy test that anyone could do anywhere at any time. Remember, the first part of SIPPP is the secret sauce. Well, what that means is that only the Federal Reserve can fully test a counterfeit bill because only the Federal Reserve knows exactly what is in the bill. You can't test for the secret sauce if you don't have the secret sauce. And lastly, Carter asked this question.
So what in the hell they gonna do with $100 million of phony money?
Carter never gets an answer from Agent Molina, but later, Carter and Lee figure it out.
That's how you launder $100 million in cash.
Now, it would seem a casino is a good place to launder your counterfeit money. Take a large amount of counterfeit cash and mix it in with an even larger amount of legitimate cash, and it seems like a good way to spread that cash out. It seems like a good system, right? Wrong. We have to remember that casinos are smart. Casinos are advanced, and all the cash that goes through the casinos goes through electronic scanners. Think about it. You give them money, they give you plastic chips, and then your money goes to the casino cage, which has money counters and scanners. To get your money back, you have to go back to the cage. Now, some counterfeit cash will make it through the casino scanners. Remember, only the Federal Reserve will catch everything because only they know what's in the secret sauce. But banks and casinos are about as diligent as private businesses can get, so they're not the best place to launder your fake cash. So where is a lot of counterfeit money laundered? Well, sadly, where are a lot of financial crimes committed? In the neighborhoods of poor people and immigrants. A casino will have the most advanced electronic money scanners that money can buy. But the local farm stand owner, does she have an advanced money scanner? Or consider the immigrant who just became a US citizen yesterday and has not been using our banking system and has not been touching our currency for 30 years. Well, they may not be as familiar as someone who has been touching that currency for 30 years and has been using that banking system all their life. I'm going to put this website on the screen again. It has some great, easy ways to educate you, your family, and your employees about how to identify counterfeit money. As to the movie Rush Hour 2, it isn't really accurate in how counterfeit money is made, laundered, and detected. The intaglio press is difficult but not impossible to get. You don't burn money to detect a forgery, and a casino is a terrible place to put counterfeit cash into the system. Therefore, I'm going to give this movie 1 out of $3. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have an idea of a movie I should review for its financial accuracy, please let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Bielagus, and this is Money in the Movies.